An article appeared in the Lowell Sun in 2009 that changed my vision of homelessness forever. I really thought it was an adult problem when this reporter shadowed two teenagers from Lowell High School who were homeless and living under a bridge. He chronicled what they had to go through in a given week, and it was amazing. It was heartbreaking, really. I couldn't stop talking about it for weeks with my sisters. Every single meal, every single gathering, what is happening in the city of Lowell where we were born? So we approached our niece, Katie. Katie had just graduated Lowell High the year before, and we said, Kate, did you know there were homeless kids in your school? Did you know any homeless kids in your school? She looked at us like we had 10 heads, actually, and said, of course I did. But all they want to do is fit in. All they want to do is have a chance, like everyone else, to succeed in school. Well, that was it. We had to dig. We had to find out what was going on. And what we did discover was disturbing. There are 19 million students living in poverty in the USA today. Over 250,000 right here in Massachusetts. And 7,000 kids dropped out of school. Why? What's happening? The Boston Globe last week just quoted that Massachusetts child poverty is on the rise compared to the nation, and that now children are the poorest age group in America today. As overwhelming as those numbers are to hear, it became even more real when we saw the stories of what these kids were going through. Sarah, 7 years old, she comes to school with no shoes and no warm clothing in the dead of winter. Ben lives in a car with his dad. He shows up for school 2 hours early just to use the facility so he might clean up for the day. Jacob is repeating second grade for the second time because he's missed so many days of school. And Maria is classically bullied, 14 years old, wearing clothes that's too small, not current, not clean. Clothes are the most visible sign of poverty there is, and children are the most sensitive about how they look. For a child in need to get access to clothing today, it's terrible. They have to log into a social service agency, fill out lots of paperwork, and literally apply for the opportunity to be served, something you and I take for granted. How can you feel good? How do you have self-esteem? How do you feel like you fit in and are included in an environment that's so important to you? These kids don't. They struggle. So something had to be done about it. We were scratching our heads when the vision of the Wizard of Oz popped into my head. Remember that point when Dorothy opens the door and the movie goes from black and white to color? Wasn't it the most magical moment you ever saw? All those colors, all that world out there that you don't know what was happening? And that was it. That was the big idea of a lifetime. What if we could recreate that magical moment for students? What if we could find a door, a room in a school, looks just like this? All of us attended one like that. An unproductive room full of things that really don't matter to those students, and turn it into a great place. Turn it into a free store, a walk-in closet for students who don't have the means to help themselves. It would look like this. We would fill it with jeans and t-shirts and hoodies and coats and warm boots and everything you can imagine. Buckets of toiletries where they could be clean, feel valued, fit in, and feel included in an environment that's really important to them. We call this Katie's Closet, and we have 22 of them operating in 22 schools, serving 12,000 students in the Merrimack Valley. Just to illustrate how important this is, we took a survey just recently at the high school. On that day, 818 students had either visited Katie's Closet that day or were using or wearing something from Katie's Closet that day. 818 in one school. The door opens every day now, and kids are saying this: that pile of clothes you gave me made my day. And those new shoes, that 6-year-old said, I can jump higher than anyone, and I'm walking on air. And I attended a dance for the first time. And my friends came too, because they visited Katie's Closet, and it was a memory of a lifetime. And the best part is Ben is now a secret ambassador. He patrols the hallway looking for that nod, that somebody in need, and says, I got a secret place for you. I know where you can get hope and you can get clothing. And he's bringing them right there. So I think if all of us listening today could think about how we're donating our kids' clothes and making sure it goes to children in poverty, we'll be able to stand back and watch these kids fitting in and standing out with confidence. Thank you.